Welcome to SF Commercial Property Conversations with Bruce Bean, where Bay Area investments meet expert insights. Get ready to unlock the strategies of commercial real estate success.
So today we've got Dzintars Grinfelds with us, and Dzintar is a San Francisco native. He went to UC Santa Cruz and the University of San Francisco. Dzintar, it's great to have you. I'd kind of like to hear your whole story of going through sports management and working on the family properties.
Oh my. So those two are completely independent, have nothing to do with each other. They just kind of fell together at the very end of my career here. But I was born and raised in the family business in property management. Grew up around my grandfather, who was doing a lot of the renovations himself on properties. My mother was there helping, and after her own bowling career, then became part of the business as well. So even one of my first vivid memories is I'm about 4 years old and my grandfather is shooting sparks at me off of a grinder. Um, but I went to UC Santa Cruz where I studied business economics and business management. So I could either go on my own career where I really did appreciate and enjoy doing marketing, or if I wanted to at some point, then come back to the family business. But in my senior year at Santa Cruz, absolutely fell in love with the idea of working in sports. And that became a great career for 10 years. I had so much fun working with all the local teams here, including Golden State Warriors and San Francisco Giants. Um, though it came to a point where after COVID, I had to make a decision. If sports wasn't giving me the kind of life that I wanted, what would I do beyond that? And I decided to take a lot of what I learned from working with the new technologies in the business environments and applying it to the family business. I was able to make things a lot easier for us, our tenants, and it just kind of became a natural fit where I could come back to the family business and start running the operations here.
So everything went together, and then on the side you do stamp collecting.
Yes, I'm highly involved in stamp collecting in the international shows where I'm a trusted commissioner, is what we're called, but I'm a trusted mule for people's collections. I'll take them to international competitions. And I also am one of the organizing members for the Boston 2026 World Expo, where we will be hosting member nations from around the world uh, during the big celebrations for our nation's anniversary then. And I heard all the cats, as I say. I'm going to be overseeing everyone that brings these collections to Boston.
So, and then just to round out the whole life, you have a bowling career.
And I am a professional bowler. Yes.
Ha! So what does that mean exactly?
That means essentially in my life, I am a property manager 24/7. Mondays through Thursdays, I do renovations or work on the properties. And then Friday through Sunday, I'm probably competing in a bowling tournament.
Wow. And how far afield do you go for a bowling tournament?
Um, for the professional events, I tend to cover the West Coast and Pacific Northwest, but there are national competitions that rotate around the US. And this last summer, I was in Baton Rouge
Right.
for our national tournament there.
Wow. So tell me, just out of curiosity, since you're a professional sports manager, what's happening in the bowling world? Is it becoming more popular or less popular these days?
It was completely contradictory, but somehow, as people came out of COVID, bowling blew up and it was much needed. But there were some YouTube channels that really did well because at least places in Las Vegas allowed for people to go bowling. And there are a lot of good bowlers who live within Las Vegas who started filming more and more. A lot of people caught on to that. So there was just this desire to do something once we could all get out of the house. Bowling became one of the benefactors of that.
Well, I must admit, I went bowling in Oregon, in Portland, with our in-laws, my wife's in-laws, and this was maybe 6 months, a year ago. Any rate, it was very fun. I had forgotten how fun bowling is. So it worked out very nicely, and they've improved the lane, so to speak, so that bowling is much easier for those that aren't very good at it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, they for the people really bad, they have the bumper rails, so that you can at least get some pins down.
No, it's not about being bad. It's just that's when you can go get some lessons. There's always room for
There you go.
improvement.
All
There you
right,
go.
you need
Yeah.
some lessons. All right, okay. Do you teach also?
I'm not so much a coach or a teacher per se. I truly love the physics in bowling.
Oh,
So,
physics. Okay.
oh, I could do a whole TED talk, and this is not the time or space for it. But everything that goes into the technology of a bowling ball, the lanes, the oil patterns. Um, if someone has a very technical question, I love addressing those. Um,
Wow.
when it comes to the
Okay.
physical game, there are people that I trust, and I would push students onto them.
Okay, so for those of you listening, if you're into bowling and want a little more information about all of that, the oil, what did you say? The oil spots, the oil part?
Not many people know, but when you go beyond that black line onto the lane and you start to slip and fall on your butt,
Yeah.
the oil actually gets laid out and tapered in certain patterns and ways, and the volume can differentiate. So that means us as competitors can go into the same bowling center, but depending on how that oil is laid out on the lane, it completely changes what we have to do. And it can be made easier or more difficult.
Wow. I didn't even know there was oil on the lanes. This is like a wood coating, oil coating on the wood.
Uh, yes, yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically what it is. I don't want to say it's vegetable oil, but it is a oil overlay that can be stripped off the lane as well.
Wow. All right. New news. They learn something new every day. So this is fantastic. So, okay, back to property management here for a minute.
Yes.
So, and technology, do you use some type of property management software?
Not a specific software, but even just getting my family onto Google Sheets and Google Docs and Drive. That was a huge push. I should say big change for us because even when I came back to help my mother, we were still doing handwritten receipts for rents. Um, things such as 24-hour notices. We were still maybe calling or texting, but creating a email chain so that way everything can be tracked. Creating these methods with docs where I can manage receipts, getting us onto QuickBooks so that way I can actually see where we're at financially, managing our investments, um, and also using a project management tool. I use Asana, but there are some other ones out there. But
Right.
that way I can see what we have to take care of at each property in short, medium, or long distance in the
Yeah.
future.
So you have 18 units, so it's not a lot to manage, but given 18 is sort of in that enough that you got to do something pretty serious, but not enough that where you want to kind of ramp up to use Yardi or some of the other big property management software groups.
Yeah, I'm thankful where we're at because it is completely manageable for myself. I don't have to worry about a property management company coming in and handling everything for us. And frankly, I'm a little scared of some because I've lived next to properties managed by property management companies, and I have told them they need to do something like a overflowing spout during rainy season, and it's damaging the property. And if I
Nothing.
tell them I'm a
Yeah.
property manager, you should be handling this, they don't. Well, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, I know
Yeah.
what to look for. I'm not going to trust somebody else with it. Sorry.
Yeah.
But no, I do take it very seriously. I do watch over all of our properties, make regular visits. I use the Asana software so that way I can track when we should do things within the seasons because some things, interior things, we'll do during rainy season and vice versa.
Yeah. So you've set up all your kind of yearly maintenance things on Asana, and then you can kind of track them and make sure they get done.
Yeah, for whatever may be trackable. Certain things like a solar panel that flew off and damaged one of our roofs. Well, that wasn't on the schedule, but
No,
that
no.
needs to be done before the rain comes. And that's being said when I have a roof being done right now elsewhere.
Uh,
So, got about a month to get those done.
oh boy. Yeah. The race is on before the
Yeah.
rain comes. Yeah, that get the leaves out, get all the solar things set up or whatever the roof set up, and hopefully all the leaks are not there. But we'll see soon, very soon. So, all right. So, do you have a system? Do most people send you checks, or do you have automatic payment approach?
We leave it up to our tenants.
Uh,
I did introduce the ability for us to collect over Zelle, Venmo, or even e-bills, which, was just a paper check coming to us. But um, we have those tenants who are seniors who are comfortable doing paper checks, perfectly fine. We have some tenants who didn't know how to write a paper check, and they
oh,
are,
yeah, right. They never
yeah,
check. What is that? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So when they started moving in and I started seeing some of these issues come up, I immediately said, okay, I need to create more accounts. And now I even have Google Docs that I use as introductions to people when they move in.
Oh, that's nice.
This is a welcome packet. Here's what you
Yeah.
can do for rent. Here's how things you have to watch out for at the property that are
Mm,
specific to that unit, to that property. Say, like, this is how you turn the fountain on if you want to enjoy a nice
oh,
summer
wow.
outside.
Oh, nice.
But it also includes, hey, watch for water things because those are the first things I want to tackle.
Right, right. Yeah, let's get those first. We don't need any of those leaks or mold or all that other stuff that comes with water.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, the danger stuff. Well, that is very interesting. So you've got this conglomeration of stamps and bowling and property management. It's an interesting grouping of things. And as you said, you work Monday through Thursday on property management and then from Friday till Sunday on bowling. When do you get time for stamps?
Hopefully an evening somewhere.
Somewhere
That's
in the
about
evening,
it.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I imagine you can spend as much or a little time as you want on stamps.
Yeah, everyone needs an outlet. That is my hobby, even though I technically compete in it with research and display and all those kinds of things. It's still for fun. It's a great reason to travel internationally as well, but I leave it at that. I need something to get me away from bowling when I'm too in my head there, or away from the property management when I've just worked way too hard on, I don't know, installing cabinets and my body's too tired.
So, just out of curiosity, what's one of the more rare stamps that you have?
Ooh. Um, it's not necessarily a stamp, but it's
Oh,
actually a postmark. Um,
oh,
and we didn't talk about it live here yet, but my heritage is Latvian. So I specialize in Latvian postal history and stamps.
oh,
And there's a uh, cancel that's put over stamp that was issued in Latvia to promote the 1942 Olympics, I believe.
oh, wow.
Um, and it just happens to be super fun and rare because it was only allowed to be used for, I believe, 7 weeks, only on mail going out of the country. Just hard to find because there's also people that love to collect Olympics things. And because of that, it's brought me closer to another collector and other Latvian collectors. The first collector being someone who specializes in Olympics. So it's like this overlap. And because it has several things tied into this one cancel, it's just a competition anytime it comes up on eBay.
Wow. I obviously don't know anything about this world, but that's interesting. I did Latvia actually have the 1942 Olympics?
No, it was in Germany.
Oh, I see, but they promoted it on
Yeah, and I believe
their.
the promotion was travel through Latvia because you're so close anyway. Come on through, check out our country. It was a tourism pitch.
So this was that was the 42 Olympics in Germany. That was a very unusual Olympics, let's put it that way.
Uh, yes, and it may have been one that was not even held ultimately.
Oh, oh, that's interesting. Was it
Or was that
36?
the one where Jesse Owens had his
All right.
moment?
We're going to
Now I
have to
can't remember.
research that. We're going to ask that for those listening to answer this question, this trivia question about the 1942 Olympics. All right. Well, this has been very fun. Where can people get a hold of you, Xantars?
Well, I know my name's unique, so if you ever want to find me, I'm across all platforms as at Dzintars_G. Shout out to the Latvian in Latvia who actually has at Dzintars on Twitter, and I've never been able to claim it back. So at
Wow.
Dzintars_G.
All right. Well, we will find you. I look forward to talking to you again in the near future. We'll see I want to see what stamps. I want to hear more about Boston, all of those things, and the bowling world. This is a complete new area for me to know about.
Oh,
So,
gladly. And I'll let you know how the rainy season affected us and what new things sprung up.
and we may have to have a completely new podcast all about bowling physics.
Oh, I'd welcome it. It's on my YouTube as well if anyone wants to check that out.
Oh, okay. It's already there. All right. That's good.
Coming.
Oh, it's coming on. Okay.
I
All right.
just revamped.
All
I
right.
just signed a
Well,
contract with the bowling company, so I have
stay,
to rebrand.
stay tuned and we'll get that to you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, great to talk to you. And we will talk again in the near future, I hope.
I would love to. Thanks, Bruce.
That's a wrap on today's journey through the SF commercial real estate scene. Ready to share your story? Visit sfcommercialconversations.com/guest. Your insights could lead the next conversation.